Now, I have a bad habit on podcast where if I don't know what to talk about in a cold open, I will simply default to the weather. So I would love for us to
Same.
I would love for us to find
To pivot.
yeah, a more fertile conversation topic than the degrees outside my home at this current moment.
Well, speaking of like fall season watching stuff, we had a brief conversation about this beforehand, but what you reminded me of, and I didn't mention, is that it's October and I haven't even started watching Over the Garden Wall.
Oh,
I haven't yet
yeah.
either.
Yeah. I mean, lightly children ooky spooky, right? Like it's scary for kids. I mean, scary for adults too, but scary for kids by intention. But what a treat it is. I mean, it really just does get me in the mood. Like, it's hard to, like, the transition from, like, summer to fall is difficult for me just because it's, like, colder out and the days are shorter and you see less sun and everything. And
Yeah.
so I just can't, like, sit outside all morning and, like, absorb all my vitamin D that way, you know?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, Over in the Garden Wall, it's like, okay, no, it's not about the weather, it's about the vibes. That's what the season is about. It's about the vibes.
Yeah, it's like one of those vitamin D lamps, but it's not. It's animated,
Right.
and
In a way, though, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like spiritually. Yeah, totally.
I love that show. I haven't watched it in a couple years, but I always have a great time with it. I love those silly little boys and their adventures.
Mhm.
What are their names? Like Wirt,
Greg and Wirt.
Wirt and
Wirt and
Goblin,
Greg, yeah.
Wirt and Greg,
Wirt and Greg.
Wirt and Greg.
Greg, a much more normal name than Goblin.
Well, it's fine. The other kid's name is Wirt, right? Like WIRT.
His name is Wint.
Wint?
He
Oh, yeah,
posed.
he's a poster.
No,
Yeah.
it is Word, but yes.
It is Word.
It's Wint.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah.
see it in the show, but his big red cap does say dunce on the other side of it, so we just never
Yes.
see the shot of that. What a
Yes.
not to spoil Over the Garden Wall, but what a
It's been 6 years since it came out.
what a
People can fucking
ballsy
suck it
move
up.
to set up your show like that and then be like, oh, they're not actually little boys in a fantasy world, they're from the suburbs and they just fell into this shit Alice in Wonderland style. Like, that is such a good because you don't know that at the beginning, right? Like, you don't find that out until later, or am I misremembering
Right, no, yeah.
that?
No,
Yeah.
you're
And
totally correct.
they're just absolutely fucking rolling
Yeah.
with it. Like, and I really appreciate that. Like, I think a worse show would have had them be like fucking. I don't think. Okay, I don't want to say that a worse version of it would have had like, well, that happened,
Sure,
like kind of moments in
totally.
it. But like, there would have been like in a worse show,
It would have
Wirt's
been-
character. In a worse show, Wirt's entire character would have been, this isn't happening, this can't be real because this is not this is the real world. Like, Wirt is like I think Wirt strikes a really good balance of being like a like, as grounded as you can be as like a moody, what is he, like 13
Yeah, somewhere in
year old?
there.
13 to 15,
as-
yeah.
as-
Mhm.
Yeah, as grounded as you can be as someone of that age who is very young and like naive and kind of foolish, but also like he's not like, he buys into the world that he is in, which I really, really appreciate. Like, there's never any moment of like, this isn't real. Like, to my recollection, at least, it's been a year since I watched it last.
Yeah,
so.
I watch it every year. Yeah, I watch it every year. But no,
Yeah, same.
I don't believe there is. Sometimes I watch it several times a year. And they do. The thing is like, it's not as if it's like feels like a jumped shark, because it's like, oh, this feels like it was sort of telegraphed in a vibe way. You know, like they just
Right.
like they're dressed like everyone else, right? But they just have a different sort of vibe. Like, obviously,
Right,
they're
and
the
then it
fish
just
out of
turns out,
water.
oh, it was Halloween.
Right. They're like the fish out of water, right? I don't know. I just think it's like, it's
You know-
such subtle storytelling that I feel like a lot of people would not be brave enough to do, but it
Right.
does it really well.
I think I would like to correct myself briefly. Wirt does have some momentary, this isn't real, this isn't happening, when he first meets Beatrice and he's like, bluebirds can't talk, but like,
yeah.
after that he's like,
It's
yeah,
so
whatever,
funny,
this
though,
might
but
as well be happening.
I mean, it works is the thing. Like, you can do
It
that
does.
moment, and I think it can feel cloying and sort of eye-rolly, and like, you're wasting my time. But I think, like, that's not to say that moment is inherently useless. Like, you can play it up
Right,
for actual
absolutely.
comedy if you, like,
Right.
are a funny person.
Right. Like, Wirt doesn't even, I don't think Wirt even really like blinks when he like encounters the school of like bipedal
Animals,
little
yeah.
animals.
Oh yeah, I forgot
like,
about that. Where she sings him the song about molasses or whatever.
Potatoes and molasses.
Yeah.
God, what a good show! What a good show that is.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's such a delight. I think my favorite song on that my favorite song on that soundtrack is probably the one that the frog sings on the boat.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, sure. God, it's all coming back to me now, huh? This is just like in Flatliners, where they flatline and then they remember new things.
You know what else is you know what else is a really
we
good
should
show?
get-
Fear Baiting, the podcast that we're on.
We should get into this, shall we?
Let's get this over with.
Welcome to Fear Baiting, everyone. It's your number one podcast asking the question, have you heard the good news? I'm Sarah. I'm joined by
Blair.
and we're joined by returning guest from September, Morgan.
Hello, I'm here again. Did you miss me? I hope so,
So
because I'm
much.
back on the podcast.
That's what Jigsaw said in
Hello.
Saw 4.
Yeah, he said, hello, did you miss me? I'm back. Hello, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, we're out of the
It's
month.
It's a limited...
The spirit is
yeah.
not within you anymore. We're not in September.
If you want more Jigsaw impressions, you have to come back for the eventual Saw 3D retread episode at some point in the future.
Our
But
first
no.
redo of an episode.
Yeah, I
about time.
am back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm here on the podcast, and I'm watching what I have to assume is y'all's first completely horrorless horror film.
No, it's not. We have...
It couldn't possibly be.
I don't know. I think I'm going through it in my mind, right? I'm going through like the movies y'all have watched that I know of on this podcast. I think it is. I think it's less of a horror film than Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think it's less of a horror film than Donnie Darko by a
Yes.
country mile.
Easily.
Yes.
Absolutely less of a horror film than Princess Mononoke, I'll be honest.
Is it less of a horror film than James and the Giant Peach?
Yes.
Yeah?
I would say so. I think the ants at the beginning of James and the Giant Peach are scarier than literally anything that occurs in this movie. I think when you get down to it, like, as a kid, I watched James and the Giant Peach and was kind of scared of it, you know? And I think it was the very Tim Burton-y stuff at the beginning, the worms, like the giant insects, the big shark. Oh, okay, so that's the thing. That's the thing about James and the Giant Peach, right? Is that James and the Giant Peach has the big mechanical shark, and it has scenes with a sense of urgency,
There's
of which
peril.
Flatliners only has one.
I know. There's
I came into this podcast, y'all invited me on for Schlocktober yet again,
Yes.
right? And I said this to y'all while we were watching the movie last night. I said, when you suggested this film, I was a little skeptical, right? I knew that people liked the original version, the Joel Schumacher movie. I knew that this remake was not really that well appraised, and I knew Elliot Page was in it, right? Like, that's literally all I knew about this film. I'd never seen the original. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, like, you know, horror thriller remakes like this, they're generally not great, but they're also generally not that bad. I think we got, like, 10 minutes into this movie, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is bad
Literally.
in a way I was simply not prepared for. Like, this shattered every potential expectations I had for the caliber of bad
I
film
think this-
we would be sharing with each other for this podcast.
I'm racking my brain, and I'm sure that there is something with worse editing that we've covered on this podcast. I can't think of
certainly.
it off the dome. This movie has
No,
some
no,
of
no.
the
This-
most unreal editing choices.
It's like if we had not watched this together, all three of us in a Discord server with witnesses present at the time, and I had watched this on my own, I would not believe it was a real film. Like,
Yeah.
hand to God.
Yeah.
It is one of the most... Just, like, first of all, I don't know why they felt the need to remake it in the first place, right? Like,
okay,
with Hollywood remakes...
I need to clarify something that I learned while I was looking into, like, some reviews of this movie. This is not actually a remake. This is a sequel.
Huh?
Like Jack Bauer, Mr. Kiefer Sutherland, he's not there as, like, a fun wink to the original character. He's there as...
He is that character.
He is that character, if I'm not mistaken.
Sweet baby Jesus, what the fuck?
I love your reaction to that.
What?
That is...
What?
That, like, changes the entire game.
Yeah, because I read reviews of this where they were like, oh, this is just like a beat-for-beat retread of the original, and so the fact that it's a sequel and is also just the original is nuts. What? Hello?
It's...
I am very lenient with movies when it comes to sequels and reboots, right? Like, I get it. Like,
Right,
people
of
gotta
course.
eat. People want to
Fair
make
enough.
money.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine. Like, it really doesn't bother me that much. But this is one of those scenarios where I look at it from, like, every possible angle, and I'm like, okay, who was this deep into the idea of a Flatliners remake, right? Like, who was pushing for this?
Right.
It just baffles me, and the fact that it's such a nothing movie, like, I don't think anything happens in this film. I really don't. I don't think you learn anything. I don't think you take anything away from this film by the end, except for the fact that God is real, I guess. So.
There's I mean, events happen, but right, there's no sort of like theme that runs through it. It's just like, isn't it fun to nearly die, but don't actions also have consequences? And it's like,
I don't think they do.
well,
This movie is...
They don't. They don't ultimately.
They
But
don't face
it
consequences
flirts
because
with the idea.
this movie is about the divine power of forgiveness.
Is it?
Like,
I guess.
Like, that is, like, the way that they introduce demons in the very, not even, like, the start of the third act. It's, like, halfway through the third act where they're like, maybe it's a demon. We have to go seek absolution from those we have wronged in our past.
Oh, my God. Is it actually a demon, or are they just
They're
saying that shit?
spitballing with it, but, like...
I guess the guy does get stabbed at one point, so there does have to be,
There
like,
is a corporeal-
And
a
Elliot Page
physical
gets
component
murdered.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, the fact that they float the idea of the demon or something, like, chasing them down about this, and then, like, then it's resolved by them God, we'll fucking get
This
to it.
movie fucking blows y'all.
The plot is very boring, so I think the best way to attack this is just to give for the listener's sake, to give a brief rundown of like the structure of the story.
I don't know. I've got 167 lines of notes here. I was very meticulous.
So
about this film.
I'll do a really brief overview of it. Then
Okay.
we can get into it, because we used to do 3-sentence summaries on the Borat podcast.
Sure.
Right on.
Okay, so Flatliners, I always like to call it Elliot Page's Flatliners, just because he is literally the only thing to hold on to in this film. So 3-sentence summary of Elliot Page's Flatliners,
Yes.
2017.
Yes.
Elliot Page is a doctor in residence or a medical student who, in the past, crashed his car, accidentally killing his sister.
His sister who loves smiling.
His sister who loves smiling, which Elliot Page's character feels very, very bad about. Period.
Yes.
I think 7 or 10 years later,
9.
9 years later, this doctor character, she meets a whole bunch of other nursing or doctoral students.
Other doctorate interns, yeah.
Doctorate interns, and somehow comes up with a harebrained scheme to stop her heart to see what is on the other side of death, leading to the other doctor interns wanting to flatline as well, because it unlocks the rest of the brain like it's fucking limitless, and it also causes weird hallucinatory demons to come hunt them down. Period. Elliot Page dies halfway through the movie,
Yes.
leaving nothing for the audience to hold on to.
Yes.
And the other medical interns realize that the demons chasing them are demons of some manner of past trauma, so they must apologize and solve these issues in real life to stop the flatline demons, and the film ends with nobody else dying and us finding out that heaven is real and Elliot Page is guarding the pearly gates. Period. The end.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much for doing that.
I think it's about as close as we're gonna get, right?
No, that was
there's
like beat for beat, basically exactly it. We will cover important like fleshy details,
Right.
You know,
I think now that we've done that, now Shrieking Shack style, I think we now have to go through we have to go through like the stuff with a fine tooth comb from the beginning.
Yeah, it's fine. We stole it from Just King Things, but Shrieking
well, I think we
Shack
should
is
just
also
talk
known
about
for
what
that.
gets the plot is not very interesting. I think we should just get into like what sticks under our craw.
I just want to go in order because there's a lot in this that's stuck under my craw, and I want to like get into all of this.
Okay.
I completely stopped taking notes by the end of the first act. I just had to let this wash over.
Not a note for me.
This is possibly the most meticulous I've been with my notes in a while, and like I have been on my A game with my notes lately. I feel like this movie just really sang to me in terms like because there's so much where things just don't happen, so I can just like write a full ass sentence about what just happened.
It's like it's always the perfect combination for a bad movie, right? Movies where nothing happens but somehow everything happens,
Yes.
where the plot is ostensibly empty, but all of the creative decisions and story beats they insert are just so out there that you can't help but just completely fall into them.
There's a man who lives on a boat, and like
We'll get to
He
him.
lives on a boat.
We'll get to him.
it's
We'll
like
get to him.
mentioned. It's mentioned in passing, if I recall correctly.
It's A, mentioned in passing, and B, mentioned in a way that like feels like a thing someone would make. Like someone made that up as like a joke. Like you know,
Yes.
like say like when you say someone lives in the ivory towers, you would not like they're not actually living in a tower made of ivory.
Right.
But
Our little blonde boy. So our cast of characters. We
yes,
have
we have Diego Luna as Ray. We have we have Diego Luna as Ray. We've got Nina Dobrev as Marlo, James Norton as Jamie, Kiersey Clemens as Sophia, and Elliot Page as Courtney.
They all have general personalities. A lot of the women are the same character, except one of them is fucking Diego Luna and the other one isn't.
Hey, remember when she brings the guy back to her apartment and they have sex and there's the cut that looks like the dude put his clothes on instantaneously? I just remembered that.
That's our little blonde boy, yes.
Yes, they're well, we have so much to unpack. Let's get into this from the start because I have so many things that I want to talk about that because you both forgot your note, because you both did not take very detailed notes on this. I'm so excited to just have so many moments of you just being like, right, I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Because,
all right.
We get our. I love the very opening of this movie because it's the cold open of Elliot Page and his little sister. And his little sister is just like, her entire thing is that she loves to smile, and she just like,
God. This kid fucking loves to smile. She is like looking out this window like she's been hit with the Joker gas in every single shot that she's in this movie. Just fucking ear to ear grins on this kid.
and just like the most dead the easiest call of your life is to just say this kid's gonna be dead before the title credits.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Elliot Page takes out his fun little his little flip phone, and it's like, I gotta check this text.
That's
message.
how we know it's in the past.
Right. And he uses he's like checking it, and then his sister shouts, "Look out!" And they careen and they slam into the back of a truck and careen off the bridge.
They just go barreling off the bridge. I saw Titan last week, or maybe it was at the beginning of this month. I don't remember, but this movie basically starts the exact same way as Titan did. So I was like, Elliot Page is gonna get a plate in his brain and fuck a car, I guess, which would be a much more interesting movie than this.
I would love that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
also reminds me, if anyone has seen Christian schlock trash modern classic Assassin 33 AD, which is a time-traveling Jesus assassination film, that movie also starts with a guy driving
hold
his
on.
blonde family who is all, like, smiling ear to ear and then getting pancaked. Pancaked by drunk dump truck driver.
I need to run some numbers on this, but I feel like if a movie starts, like if the very first shot of the movie is, or within like if you are in a car for a long period of time, within like 5 shots of the movie starting, there's going to be an accident in which someone is killed. Like this happens in
Oh,
this
absolutely,
happens, this is the start of
absolutely,
the Final Girls. This is the start of this. Like it's
Yeah.
But anyways, so
I mean-
we get like a really weird title sequence of like just like I guess it's supposed to be like neural scan imagery or something, while like just a bunch of like sound clips of people talking about out of body or near death experiences.
Oh yeah,
play.
yeah, they're all talking like they've just tried mushrooms for the
Yeah.
first time,
Yeah.
which is a fucking recurrent theme through this movie, where it just seems like flatlining is exactly the same as taking psychedelics.
Yeah. Except it's not ever like the way it's visually telegraphed, and it looks nothing like that. It's like,
Oh my god.
it all looks like you're like having a dream, and also you're like a character in one of the Avatar movies. I say one of
looks
the
like
Avatar
you're-
movies as sort of as a being prescient about it.
Absolutely. Every flatlining sequence looks in this movie like they're imagining themselves as Ryan Gosling in Drive. It's got this weird like synth like night pop sound to it. They're all driving through the city at night or like flying over the city at night. I don't know. It just doesn't seem very fulfilling to me.
Right.
You know?
Can I just, before we get deeply into that, can I just talk about the vibe of this movie? It's
Totally, yeah.
It's so optimistic, and it's so like wide-eyed and like, wow. I mean, obviously we say it's a Christian movie, and we are going to continue saying as much. The vibe, even were it not a horror movie, that vibe would feel outdated in 2017. Do you know? Like that is a solidly
Yeah.
like a 2010, like early 2010s vibe.
Yeah, totally. This is not a horror movie. I'm going to
It's
say
not.
it right now.
It's not.
This does not qualify as a horror film.
But it's the thing is, it technically is, because it has horror movie editing in 2 scenes.
I guess, yeah, there are horror elements for like 5 seconds, but I would literally describe this more in terms of genre like a Hallmark movie. Literally a Christian film. Christian film as a genre.
Yeah. So, we jump 9 years into the future, where Elliot Page is now a doctor in, like, for a long time ago, Scrubs taught me, like, the 3 stages of being a doctor at a hospital, but I think he's an intern. But either way, he's doing his rounds, and then we also watch Ray and Marlo argue, like smarmily arguing back and forth, being like, "Well, I know this about this patient. Well, I know this about this patient."
That's how you know they're having premarital sex.
And then they both are, and then the guy is like starts having the patient that they're talking about is like he starts coding or something, and then the resident comes in wearing a black coat instead of a white one to signify that she
That's
has,
right!
to signify that she has higher
Stop
base
it.
health and can shoot fireballs.
That's right. Yep.
But the patient's fine. Don't worry about it.
Nothing matters. Okay, remember about this movie. Nothing matters.
Nothing matters because Elliot. We just like this is just like we're meeting the whole cast. Like we meet Sophia, whose thing is that she studies so much and hates the fact that there are 12 things about the 12 different cranial nerves, and she has to memorize them. We meet Jamie, whose introduction thing is hopping off his motorcycle and saying, I have a Mountain Dew spiked with Adderall and a flask full of cappuccino. And when I say flask, I'm talking like a fucking hydro flask full of cappuccino, which is so much coffee.
It's a lot of coffee. Yeah.
I'm just like,
They go to like a meeting where they just like talk about a couple of patients, and this is where we meet. I keep calling him Jack Bauer. Kiefer Sutherland is there.
Please keep calling him Jack Bauer because it's insane.
Jack Bauer is there with like some fucking like Christopher Lloyd Back to the Future type hair. Like no,
His
it's not that.
styling is insane.
It's Beethoven. He's got Beethoven hair.
Yeah, totally. They just got the Party City spray can of like white coloring and just went to town on this.
They just redressed the Rhaegar wig from Game of Thrones.
yeah, they had it on retainer.
Yeah. And they're all the doctors are like just not very good at answering the doctor's questions. Then Diego Luna pipes up and with the right answer, and Jack Bauer slams his cane on the table and is mad about it. It's fine. We see there's another complete, like, this movie has some of the worst regard for patient life that I have.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, there isn't too much of them actually doing doctoring. But, like, the first time we see them doing doctoring is Diego Luna and Marlo arguing about, like, one-upping each other and refusing to check the patient's charts because they're like, well, I have this all committed to memory. And then having to rely on the resident. Then we get Jamie, the trust fund kid, walks into a room and is like, all right, and, like, slaps on a glove, is like, time for your testicular exam. And the patient is, like, clearly showing signs of, what the fuck are you doing? Do not touch me. And... like, not in a way that, like, clearly not in a way that you would resist a testicular exam if you were, like...
if you knew you had one ordered for you.
Right.
Right.
Like, but he like, does it anyways, and then a nurse comes in and is like, this guy does not need a testicular exam, he needs, like, a cranial exam or something.
Right, yeah.
And then Jamie walks out of the room and Diego Luna is, like, chuckling at the computer and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I guess I gave you the wrong information. Can't believe I messed that up. Oopsies. And it's like, that's a sexual harassment suit, like, immediately. Like,
absolutely.
Hospitals definitely do have coffers for, like, malpractice suits. Hospitals Hospitals are probably not coming to your ass to help your ass for a sexual harassment case like that.
I think we should, like, not think about this movie as it as it is reflective of the real world, and think of it as reflective of filmmaking in general.
Yes.
And script writing. Do you know? Yeah, because this joke, a version of this joke, exists in many movies that are similar to this.
Right. Like, I think this joke, I'm pretty sure this joke exists in Scrubs. Like, I love Scrubs.
Right.
But this movie, like, the thing is that this movie also like, embroils itself so much in, like, proper doctoral ethics. Like Marlo's entire... Marlo's entire...
I don't even think that's it. I just think it doesn't... It's just a poor simulacrum of a joke, you know? It's
I guess so.
It's
just like the thing is that, like,
as if a shape-shifting alien could become a joke.
Like,
do you know what I mean?
I get you.
Absolutely,
I just, like, I feel like if it's Marlo's entire, like, character plot, like, I don't know if you heard the air quotes I put around that one, but I rest assured I did. Her entire, like, plot is about, like, doctor morality things, and it just, I feel like it is inviting questions that I don't know, but anyway,
Sarah,
it's fine. He lives on a boat.
I paid zero attention to any character details because I was like, your story is not going to affect the plot of this movie.
Yeah, because, like, at this point in this movie, I'm like, almost all of these characters are going to die. Like, maybe one of them will live, but everybody is
only.
Like,
thinking about the potential for character death in this movie has me like that image of the emoji with the hands where it's throwing them up, like,
yeah. Imagine
that's how this whole film makes me feel.
So like, the plot thrust gets us to the direction where we are under the hospital. Elliot Page is leading other character. Is it the...
It's Jamie, and the thing is that, like, as Elliot Page leads Jamie down to the hospital, he's like, they built a second hospital down here in case of the
underneath our hospital.
Right.
It never gets used.
It's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's just the second hospital upside down underneath the first hospital.
God,
like, famously a major problem with the American health system is getting beds filled. You know,
right?
Like, every hospital, like, on purpose tries to fill itself to capacity all the time.
Imagine going to the fucking hospital and they're like, oh, we're out of bed space. We gotta take you down to the fucking, like,
secret hospital.
But we gotta take you down to the Resident Evil Umbrella Lab where we have these Flatliner pods.
It's the fucking Link to the Past dark world of hospital.
And also, there's no dust on anything. Everything looks fucking immaculate, like they built it yesterday.
Well, there are still people coming down there to clean. Remember, because they have to. they have to coordinate their flatlining sessions with when the janitors are going to be down there.
And the security guards.
Why if the secret hospital never get used? Why clean? Why clean
dust
secret
off.
hospital never get used?
You never know. You never know when it's going to be needed, I guess. I don't know.
But in any case.
But so Elliot Page explains your brain keeps ticking. Elliot's like, and unlike every other organ, the brain keeps going for a couple of minutes after you die. Why is that? I want to medically die and you monitor my brain and then resuscitate me. And then Sophia shows up and is like, "What's going on? This is so weird." So Elliot Page knocks himself out, and at this point, like, the thing is that I'm sorry to get so into the weeds on character motivation here, but this is really it's nothing makes sense in this movie in many ways. Like, so Jamie is the trust fund kid, and he's painted to be like not really a bit like devil may care about this. Like, he is like just kind of like doing it and doing the job, you know, clocking in, clocking out. He's not like shooting for the stars about this or anything.
Right.
Because he's got the cushion of like all the money that his family has. But the thing is that Elliot Page like dangles a carrot of like, ooh, this could be your ticket to residency, and then like knocks himself out with some like with some anesthetic. And Sophia like turns to Jamie and is like, Jamie, you don't have to do this. We can just tell him that we did it. We knocked him out. Well, and then we'll just, when he wakes up, we say, yeah, we killed you and then revived you. Here's your brain scan. But then I guess Jamie is so motivated about this, about the carrot of residency, that he decides to go through with it.
It's plot. It's just a plot device.
These
characters are hollow shells.
The thing is, this is. I'm sorry to like fucking script doctor this. It's just so much better if you swap this around, because Sophia is like shown to be like busting her ass like super late in the library trying to memorize her cranial nerves or whatever, and we find out later that she has like a super like demanding mom in terms of academic performance. It would make perfect sense for her to be like drawn in by the carrot of residency, and then have Jamie be like, well, I mean, I guess if you're fucking doing it, I guess I have to help. But
sure,
it feels like an absolute fucking no-brainer that kills me.
The thing is, like, but it's consistent. But like, if this movie made a good decision, I would be shocked.
Yeah, you're right. You're so
okay.
Right.
All right. Hands to the wall. Give me, each of you, one good decision that this film makes.
Can I say casting Elliot Page?
Yeah, that's literally
because I immediately thought
it.
I was like, what was the one moment in this film that felt successful to me? And it was when Elliot Page was reacting to that really milquetoast scare that he gets in his bathroom at one point. Like, the scare is very boring. I mean, it's fine. It's boring. It should have been more. But he goes.
I think
no one would ever accuse him of not trying to act. You know,
I think
sure,
you are really.
totally,
I think you are really, really underestimating the scare potential of like. Imagine if you walked into your room.
But I'm talking about horror movie scares. Like you want blood and guts is the thing.
I guess so. I'm just saying, like, you are
like, this movie doesn't exist in the real world. It exists in the world of horror movies.
Fine, okay. I mean, no, it doesn't though. This is not a horror movie.
Oh, no, it doesn't, but it's trying to do that. It's not trying to exist in the world. Like, it's it's failing, and it ends up in a Christian cinema, which is which is my if I was a political drag queen from Arizona, my name would be Christian Cinema. I would have like a non-Jesus thing going on.
Fuck
That's
yes.
great. Love that.
Yeah, anyway, Kirsten. What a disgusting name that is. Anyway, let's keep going. So it ends up somewhere else, but it's trying to act. So I'm trying to meet it on, again, I'm trying to meet it on some terms. Like, okay, you want to be a horror movie? Let's see how fucking good you do at it. It doesn't get there, but this is what it's trying to do. And for a horror movie that scares, dog shit and very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think that he is probably the only good thing about this film, on any possible metric. I think the only scene that inspires any sort of tension is one that's coming up pretty immediately.
Yep.
Where he flatlines for the first time and they have to try to bring him back, and there's this sense of urgency about it.
Yep, because it's just
Yeah, and then they try to do that with every character, and it never feels as satisfying as the first time. So,
because we already know that it fucking rules. Like, so like, yeah, there's that panic, and there's Ellie Page is having this whole dream sequence during it, and there's like real tension. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, are we gonna kill someone the first time we try to do this?
But they don't.
And they don't.
The fact that nobody fucking dies on the resuscitation table makes me so mad.
Unreal.
Like, it would be the place to do it.
I mean, they just decided that they didn't want to kill anyone except Elliot Page in this movie.
And it makes no sense for that character to die, because that character is, at this point, we open with this character.
Right,
you know?
this is the protagonist.
They are our main character, and they die way too late in the movie to feel like a sort of, like, ominous first kill.
Right. It doesn't feel like the rug gets pulled. I don't feel like the rug, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, I'm sorry to keep going to the Game of Thrones but, like, when Ned Stark dies, like, Ned is very much, like, the protagonist of the first book, as much as there is a protagonist to that first book. And him getting killed is, like, really, like, whoa, what the fuck? I thought I was with this guy for the long haul. I thought this guy was going to be here for the next, like, 4 or 5 books.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, Elliot Page's death does not feel like a, whoa, that changes the game. It just feels like a
what?
Like, yeah,
it's literally like they were literally like, okay, we marketed this as a horror movie, we have to kill somebody, right? Like, that's how it feels to me. And I think if you really wanted to make an argument about it, you could say that the fact that Elliot Page is like waiting at the afterlife at the end. I mean, the
that
problem
part
is that okay,
we have to go through this chronologically a little bit.
Okay. So here it is. So, like, the thing about Elliot Page dying and all that is that it ups the stakes for all the other characters in this narrative, but you don't care about any of the other characters.
Right.
Like, no one gives a shit. And so here's my pitch for you for the next Flatliners remake.
Okay.
We get Elliot Page in it again, because fuck it, why not?
Right.
And it is instead a sort of Weekend at Bernie's type film where they flatline Elliot Page for the first time. He dies right up at the front.
Yeah.
And the entire rest of the movie is them being like, oh fuck, we killed this resident. Now we have to make it look like he's still alive. And so the flatlining takes a complete backseat to the comedy of errors of trying to make it seem like this corpse is still up and functioning.
I think you should write skits for, like, a sketch teams or whatever.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Right, you should be writing for I Think You Should Leave season 3.
Yeah,
I should be.
That is 100% sketch troupe skit.
Yeah, totally.
So,
hey, if you're out there, Tim Robinson, whoever, hit me up. My DMs are open. I will exclusively write really shitty horror film parodies for your show, and people will love it. It'll be fun.
So what happens next is that Elliot Page dies, but it comes back to life. It's fine. And then, like, this just, like, gets everyone in the same room because, like...
Whoa. We have to talk about Elliot Page's Superman flying over the city out-of-body experience.
Right, because what happens is Elliot dies, and, like, the camera, like, pans up on his, like limp face as he's, like, lying there dead. And, like, the camera pulls up, and then it goes through, like, a couple of floors, and we see, like, a patient.
Oh my god, it, like, goes through the floors, it, like, goes up into the ceiling, like, comes out of somebody in, like, brain surgery,
and,
like, up out of their brain, like Jigsaw. It goes up into the helipad.
And then it, like, starts, like, swinging around, like he's playing fucking Spider-Man for the Spider-Man 2 for the Nintendo GameCube. And just, like, swinging around the city streets.
Yeah, it turns out if you flatline, you just get cast in the Spider-Man remake.
God,
That's why Elliot Page had to die in this movie, because his character is coming back in the Spider-Man Far From Home or whatever.
If flatlining gave me the ability to, like, for 5 minutes, I could, like, do Spider-Man 2 video games swinging around at my city, I would do it in a heartbeat.
You would do it. Yeah. Okay. So let's get a tally here. Based on what we see only in this film, would you or would you not flatline if the option was available?
No!
Both of you say no.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I wouldn't even do most hard, like, or any hard drugs with the normal consequences that they have. And there's not even guaranteed death when you do most hard drugs.
True. But, so let me sweeten the deal. if you could flatline and knew that you would be brought back without a problem, would you do it?
I might
Probably
get killed.
not.
I might get killed by like a childhood. Like I don't know. Like,
But you know how to solve it. You know that all you have to do is go say you're sorry to somebody. So
Sure.
then you're just rolling around having had an out of body experience and having taken the fucking limitless pill. So I don't know. I'm pretty 50-50 on it. I'm not going to commit to saying yes, but I'm also not going to say no. I'll be honest.
That is so brave of you. I think it is just a part of my personality. I'm not a gambling man. I'm very risk averse. So if there's like any possible consequences, I tend to not take any action.
Fair enough. Do we want to? We should keep rolling through this.
Yeah,
We've still
let's
got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone just shows up because like Diego Luna gets called down because Sophia and Jamie are not good enough at the resuscitation, so they have to call in a professional. And then Marla, the fifth character, just shows up because she followed Diego Luna, I guess. And I was like, I'm here now. I'm part of this plot. But so like we just cut to Elliot Page in his apartment, like in a bathrobe, just like talking about the experience, and like it feels like this was the point of my notes when I said this feels like a Christian movie, because it feels like fucking Colton Burpo, like I saw God moment. Like I was on, like that movie that came out a couple years ago about a kid who like falls in the ice and like almost dies and like sees God about it, and one of the guys from Criminal Minds was in it. Like it just genuinely feels that, the way that, specifically the way that he is talking about what he saw on the other side feels so Jesus-y.
Yeah, I said in my notes that this felt weirdly sentimental, and then that the only two modes this movie ever operates in are either David Fincher / Christopher Nolan movie or Hallmark film. Like, those are the two modes this film ping-pongs between for the entire runtime.
Yeah.
And this is like peak Hallmark, like, oh, I went to the other side, it was beautiful. I was in Spider-Man 2 and I loved it. Oh,
Alfred Molina was there.
Yeah, just a really bizarre choice. Like, this is a movie that doesn't really have a reason to exist in the first place, which is not necessarily bad, because I think, like I said, you can make a good remake or a reboot or whatever.
Absolutely.
But you can't help but feel that, like, nobody involved with this production really knew what to do with it, because it can never quite commit to a tone or even a visual style or a fucking editing style for that fact. So like, it's just always all over the place, and it's never consistent in the slightest. And I think this scene of him describing this is really the first, like, if you're not already pretty wary about where this film is going, this is a pretty large red flag, I think.
Yes. Yeah, because it suddenly, this film is too optimistic for a horror movie. It's too optimistic for its subject matter as well. Like, the like level of euphoria removes any stakes, because we don't ever get that sort of. I mean, even when we do, it doesn't feel all that connected. That sort of like, oh no, the high is coming down. Oh shit, here are the consequences.
Like what consequences did anyone, like, what are the consequences that anybody in this movie faces as a result of Flatliner? Like as a result of
Elliot Page dies, but that's pretty much it.
Elliot Page dies. Marlo gets put on probation for lying about doctor report. Nothing
Jamie gets his hand stabbed?
Jamie gets, but a small price to pay for wife and child, because he's now a family man.
I guess,
and Sophia, nothing happened to Sophia whatsoever. Like,
I mean, she got some good dick, but like that's pretty much it.
I guess that is a consequence. Like, that did happen as a result of the Flatliners thing.
Yes.
So Elliot Page is high on mushrooms and also like high on life, because he's, seen God now, or what the fuck ever. We go to the next day, and he's happier. He's like absolutely cracked in his meetings. He's like answering all the questions.
He's baked 6 loaves of bread overnight.
Right, he baked so much bread. He can play Debussy's Claire de Lune by Debussy.
It's Debussy.
And they're like, how is he playing the piano now? And it's just the fucking Simpsons Planet of the Apes musical. The can I play piano anymore? Of course you can. Well, I couldn't before.
Yeah, totally.
It's so like under, I know I said earlier that we're treating it. I want to see this movie as a horror movie and not as something like comparing it to the real world. But to compare it to the real world, this would be the moment where you're like, "Are you having a manic episode right now? Like this is not like you, and it seems like maybe you're doing well, but you're doing well a lot.
Or maybe like
another
maybe like another possible direction for this movie to go. Like this, maybe like Elliot Page dies and like a different person came, like literally a different person. Like they say he's like a different person. Maybe something with the idea of he literally is a different person now, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nope. It's just cool to be high on life. You know?
Yeah, but so later that night, we get some consequences of the flatliners-ing. I will never call it flatlining; it's flatliners-ing. Flatlining is just when you're in the hospital and you die. Like that's what flatlining is. As a result of the flatliners-ing, Elliot starts to get some bad night visions, and like there is a 45-degree angle shot of Elliot Page like staring at his bathtub as like water
the Dutch
flows
angle.
over. Yeah. Like, and it's. I feel like I just got transported to Battlefield Earth temporarily, and like,
yeah. The one canted angle in this movie.
The single
it's so good.
one. Like they don't make it a
So
motif,
funny.
a cinematographic motif or anything. It just feels so out of place. It just feels like, well, this is what happens in horror movies. You have a canted angle.
Yeah. It's I love these little moments where it's like, oh, it's as if they hired a horror editor, but a horror editor who only knew how to make Vines or TikToks, you know, because it's that length of time for scenes that are actually
right,
you know, have any feeling of being vaguely scary.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the editor for this movie. His name is Tom Elkins. Some of his other films include The Haunting in Connecticut, White Noise 2, what I believe is a Wrong Turn remake that came out this year, Annabelle, the Child's Play remake from 2019, and who could forget classic Ron Howard Tom Hanks movie, Inferno, the sequel to The Da Vinci Code.
Well, I think I know which one of those is informing this one, and I think it might be the last.
I'm gonna come out and say it. The Da Vinci Code, those movies, I kind of like them. Like, I
remember the first one being alright.
I don't think that they're like great or anything, but like I think Angels and Demons is like a fun romp. Like it's 2-ish hours.
No, Angels and Demons is the second one. I think Inferno's
Inferno's the third one. Yeah.
The fact that both of you know this, who are you people?
I definitely, I was like...
Tom Hanks has an irresistible charm, what can I say?
Yeah, when I was like, when I was like 12 or 13 and looking for like action-adventure movies to watch with my friends, I definitely watched those first two Da Vinci Code movies. I have no memory of them, except that Ewan McGregor is in Angels and Demons, and I only remember that because I was really into Star Wars at the time.
The climax of Angels and Demons is so funny, because it's like, it's the Pope taking a helicopter with a tube of antimatter that's about to collide with matter to create an explosion, and he flies the helicopter as high as he possibly can, and then parachutes out of it and lets the helicopter explode over the fucking, Where the fuck is the Vatican?
It's the square. It's the Vatican.
Yeah,
the Vatican
it's
Square.
the Vatican Square.
Yeah.
That movie fucking rules. I'm sorry.
I feel like maybe you're selling me on rewatching these is the thing.
I was listening to an episode. I've been re-listening to the Shrieking Shacks book 7 episodes, and they talk about the Da Vinci Code in one of them, and I'm like, I kind of want to rewatch Angels and Demons now.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah.
Angels and Demons could have been the subtitle for this movie.
So Elliot Page has some bad night visions, but nothing really happens. We just kind of like hard cut from, I don't really remember the scene prior, but like we hard cut from something that is not related to Jamie in the middle of his flatliners-ing. He's like riding a motorcycle down like the city streets, like just blasting down the highway. And then all of a sudden there's a babe on his back who kind of looks like Amy Poehler in Rachel Dratch's love child. And like he like rides his bike off the highway into the city and like has to slow down, and there's no more lights and it looks more grim, and then his hot GF disappears off the back of his bike like she got Thanos snapped. And then I think there's like a little bit of baby crying maybe, and then he gets resuscitated.
This is about the time that I realized this was a PG-13 movie and had an absolute meltdown in the car.
Yeah.
Like around here, especially after the stuff with Elliot Page in the bathroom, I was like, this reeks of a PG-13 film, and you know what? I was right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. The thing is, PG-13 horror movies don't need to be like this. Like, you could...
Well, this is not a horror movie. This is a PG-13 Christian movie. Which, by the Christian movie standards, is pretty racy, I gotta say.
Then yes. You know what? I guess hats off. I guess we do have to hand it to them.
Hold on, I just pulled up the movie because I want to watch this because my notes is that there was an insane cut from.
You're gonna have to be more specific because
Right.
this entire movie is insane cut.
So
Yeah.
Jamie gets resuscitated. He's fine. He flatliners, and then some fucking some royalty free techno music starts playing, and like we just immediately cut to him in the middle of like waking up from being dead, to him and everyone having a rager in Elliot Page's apartment, and like
oh my god,
like Elliot Page and Jamie are like going absolutely apeshit. They're like Elliot Page like fucking like spider monkeys him and like starts kissing him, and like it starts hailing, and they go outside and run around in it. Elliot Page says, "I want to convert this into a loft or something," and they just like start breaking down his wall.
down a wall in his apartment. Yeah.
Once again, are you okay? This seems like you're having a manic episode.
Like this entire scene just feels like the Jack Bensinger heartwarming. Every once a week, this subway lays off all of its employees so that this immunocompromised man can dance in the establishment.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, it really is.
Like this has Jonkers has invented a new liquid vibes, like reeking off of it. But so Jamie and Elliot Page run out into the street and party in the hail, and one of the other characters says we should bottle flatlining.
Yeah.
That should have been what the fucking plot of this movie is Kiefer Sutherland starts selling a drug that lets you flatline, and then everyone in the world, like The Happening style, starts experiencing trauma demons, ? And everyone has to be nice and forgive each other.
See, Morgan, you understand franchising.
Yeah, exactly. Like the point of this movie is that they didn't go big enough. Like that's the problem.
Yeah.
The whole world should be flatlining so everybody learns how to forgive. There should be a terrorist in this movie. Like John Travolta needs to play a terrorist in this film who steals the flatlining drug, and he's like, "Oh, I'm evil and I'm going to make people flatline, but I'm actually the good guy because then they have to forgive each other and the world will be a better place."
Exactly.
And that's my pitch for Flatliners 3: Flatline Returns.
You get it. That's a movie.
It's a movie. It's more of a movie than this was, where fucking nothing happens and no one means anything.
I think one of the things that's really hampering our impression of this movie is the fact that like immediately after it, we decided to watch Final Destination 3, and I just,
But I was falling asleep.
Do not get me wrong. This movie fucking sucks huge ass. I'm just saying that, like, I think my perception of it is making it a little bit worse because I watched God's gift to cinema of Final Destination 3 after it.
I mean, it certainly doesn't do Flatliners any favors, right? But I think all of the problems I have with this film are like things that were occurring to me as I was watching
no,
it.
for sure. I'm pretty much going off of my complaints, off of my bitching from my notes. I'm just saying that, like,
yeah, totally.
This movie is already like in the toilet. It's just getting flushed a little bit by,
like, just imagine if Frankie Cheeks had been able to flatline. Like, what would that guy get up to?
You get it?
Final Destination is so fucking good.
I mean, if anything, I'm the control here because I was falling asleep while Final Destination 3 was having and had to leave 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
So I had to see the tanning bed scene, though. I just had to.
It's pretty good. The thing about Final Destination 3 is that the cut from the tanning beds to the coffins has 1,000 times more artistic merit than literally anything from Flatliners. Just in the fucking stratosphere.
I know! It is... Okay, let's keep going. I don't want another 3-hour episode.
Sure. So it's Marlowe's turn to flatline next, and she wants to go for a minute longer than Jamie because she's competitive. And her flatline is that she's on a horse.
Why? Why does she have to go for longer? It doesn't do anything.
Makes it better.
Girls rock.
There's also, before we get to Marlowe's flatline, Jamie does some rogue doctoring. A resident comes in and is like, who administered this patient's, XYZ drug? And Jamie is like, I did. And the doctor says, whose approval? And he said, sorry, I guess I'll get it next time. Which would, that kind of behavior in a hospital would definitely get you, written up. You're going home for the day, but the doctor is just like, you saved his life. Nice job.
Yeah, it's fine. You're going around here acting like Ace Ventura, but you saved this person's life, so it's all good.
You flatliner? Oh, I see. Okay, I see the sticker on the badge that says you have received your flatliner. Your
flatliner certification. See. Okay, I can't get onto a sequel tangent, but what if this movie was about the hospital finding out that Kiefer Sutherland was flatlining, and they said, okay, we want all of our employees to be operating at 110% capacity at all time, and so they did mandatory flatlining, and then that became the plot of the movie. It's sort of a capitalism commentary where it's oh, you have to die to work harder, and that's kind of the crux.
So Marlowe, like I said, Marlowe has her flatliners, and her flatliners vision is that she is on a horse and getting applauded by everyone, and she's playing cello and getting applauded by everyone, and she's doing swimming really good, but then the swimming turns to bad because murderer appears at the bottom of the
pool.
And then,
this is where I stopped taking notes. I saw murderer in the pool and I was like, alright, that's it.
And then there's also
jellyfish. Fair fucking enough.
This is one of the few scenes that I think actually is effective because we cut to her point of view and she sees murder at the bottom of the pool, and then we cut to from beneath her looking up and she's wearing her doctor's coat again, and there's a bunch of jellyfish above her in a scene that's really I think it's actually really affecting. Maybe it's just that I saw Finding Nemo too many times at too young an age and was traumatized by the jellyfish scene, but I digress.
Well, I think at the very least the jellyfish are an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, they're not even an interesting choice because they're literally plot relevant later. It's just it's not even metaphorical symbology; it's literal symbology.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks cool though. It's boring though.
But she also has a vision of being in a warehouse, and she sees a corpse in the warehouse. I have no idea what this because the thing I feel almost all the locations that they use in this have some significance to the characters. Elliot Page goes to that bridge that his sister died on, and Sophia, we see her house and her room where her mom yells at her, and she's just chilling in a warehouse for no real reason. But there's a corpse there. It's fine. She wakes up. Then Sophia has a conversation with her mother, and then shows up after later on. Everyone's chilling on the roof, and Sophia shows up and is I'm flatlinersing right now. It's my turn. And Diego Luna's no more flatlining, and everyone's yeah, okay, dude, sure. And so Sophia gets the flatliners. Sophia has her flatliner. She has a memory of her family's estate and her mom being an asshole to her, and she also has a memory of a classmate being better than her. And then we see Sophia hacking.
Her stakes are she's the fact that she exists as a character is insulting to characters everywhere.
Yeah, this is an affront to USA Television Network.
Yes.
So. Yeah, Sophia remembers, it looks like they're in a high school science lab, which really makes this looks like it's in middle or high school, which really makes
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
It really makes the content of this more upsetting because, Sophia leaks her classmate's nudes because her classmate is, way more epic than her at school. But it's... Yeah, that's her guilty thing that she's got a conscience about.
Fine, whatever.
They God, they resurrect her, and they have to get out of there really fast because the police are coming, or the cops, or the
cleaning staff,
janitors, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they resurrect her, they get her out, it's fine. Fucking, like, some breakcore shit starts playing, and it's like, I'm just, like, fucking jamming out to this as they're, like, speeding out of the hospital, trying not to get caught, and they just... Right,
there's, like, a car chase in this movie.
There's, like, a little bit of a car chase, but they just don't... It doesn't really matter, because they just go to a party about it.
Sure, why not?
Elliot Page sees the ghost of his dead sister at the party, and then Sophia drags Jamie away from the party to go back to her house and fuck. They go into her room, and there is, like, we see them fucking, and then we cut to just outside the room, where we can hear them loudly having sex as Sophia's mom is pounding on the door, being like, "Sophia, you better not be fucking in there." And there is I'm just gonna look at the scene real quick myself, just because I wanna experience the cut again, because it is glorious.
There's what happens in my memory of it is that they're fucking in here, and then it cuts away to her mom, and she's like knocking on the door, but then it cuts.
And he's wearing a pink shirt, so for a second, genuinely, we rewound it and watched it twice. He's wearing a pink shirt, so for a second it looks like, and he's like a blonde ginger. So it looks like, oh no, he just came out totally like fuck flushed and shirtless, and then you're like, oh no, you're wearing clothes. Well, you got dressed extremely quickly.
Because the thing is, we cut back and forth between Sophia's mom banging on the door and like an angled shot of Jamie and an angled shot of Sophia as they're like mid fuck, and then like the last thing we get is like Sophia. We get a shot of her, and her mom says Sophia, and like Sophia makes like a quirky face, like that. She makes like a quirky, like almost like just like a quirky face about it, and is like, and then like it's a hard cut from that to Jamie walking out, having just cummed his clothes back on.
He literally comes his clothes back on. It's like Venom, right? Like it just came out of him and reassembled in the form of clothes over his body.
Yeah.
Yup.
And then Sophia says, "Hey, I'm moving out. You can't stop me."
Mm-hmm. You can't stop me from fucking. I fuck now.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally her character arc in this. She just fucks.
Right.
Like, that's the only thing different.
And I guess, like, get it, girl, but also, like, again, this
get
is,
it?
like... Yeah, but, I mean, it's... The ways this movie is... This movie is not morally a Christian film. It's just vibes a Christian film.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Because
hey, has Elliot Page beefed it yet?
No,
or is he
we haven't
still
gotten
alive
there
at
yet.
this point? Okay.
I think that has to be the next thing, right?
No, what happens next is Marlo
God.
confesses that she did a murder.
Oh god, that's fucking so boring. It's like, oh my god, you did a murder, and I was like, oh my god, actual things are gonna happen in this movie. And
Right,
she's like,
because the thing is,
I did a malpractice on a patient.
Right,
and
she
like,
mixed up.
okay,
She
fine.
mixed up medication, which is like obviously not a good thing for a doctor to do, but like also this is a thing that happens in the field of medicine.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
is she definitely had to eat a malpractice suit about this, but like the I don't know, the way that it is presented, it makes it seem as though she is.
It makes it seem like she killed somebody, like took a knife and just gutted them, right?
And it's not. Yeah,
I'll jump forward like a half hour about this movie, because like we get this scene where she is like, I gave him the wrong medicine. I didn't check that he had some other thing in his system that like interacted poorly with the medicine I gave him, and it killed him. And then like we jump forward a half hour later, where Diego Luna like shows up to her house and is like, hey, so I looked into this guy. The patient's name was like Cyrus, I believe. And is like, hey, I looked into Cyrus's information. There's some stuff in here you didn't tell me about. And like I fully expected this scene to be like, you killed this guy on purpose because of X, Y, or Z. But it just turned out that the reveal is that she lied on her report to avoid a malpractice suit. Which is like definitely like, it's a slight escalation from what happened before, but it's like not a really compelling third act escalation of this character's wrongdoings.
so like
certainly not.
the conscious wrongdoing therein is liar instead of murderer.
Right.
You know, and there's a way you could do this. Like, I felt like they just didn't want to actually make her dislikable. You know, it's like,
Right.
oh, we can't have her do something that's actually
like,
morally,
I guess,
questionable. We have to have it because it's 100% accidental, right? Like, but she's lived with this crushing guilt about it that she's
for
so
2 months.
private.
Two months of guilt.
2 months.
Like the thing is that like everyone else has guilt that has built. Like Elliot Page's is his dead daughter or dead sister who died 9 years ago. Like Jamie's is like a woman who he like impregnated and left like 6-ish years ago based on the age of her kid. Sophia's is someone that she wronged in high school, and Marlowe's is 2 months ago I killed a guy on accident.
Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, right? Right. Like, I don't want to belittle that, but as a narrative, point, it, like, it's so fucking flaccid. It's just so limp, and it's gotten cold sitting outside the microwave for too long, and it looks really pathetic and pale and gray. It's like a bad Hot Pocket in a lot of ways.
Would you say it's flatlined?
It's flatlined. It is absolutely flatlined. This conflict is dead.
we get a ridiculously edited we get like a ridiculously edited scene of Elliot Page remembering the accident that killed his sister, because it's like, when I say ridiculously edited, it's like there is like what was obviously done in one shot, a shot of him just like sitting overlooking sitting on the or standing on the side of the bridge that like the accident happened on, and looking over it and like looking forlorn and melancholic and just like remembering like the mistake of being so on his damn phone that killed his sister.
Did we see him on the phone in the opening sequence, or was that a reveal here?
I think we saw him. I think we saw him on the phone in the opening sequence. But
okay, because I thought this was a reveal, but I think
I also
may have
did,
just
but I
missed
wasn't
it at
sure. The thing is, I can't trust my own memory on those kind of things.
I was too busy thinking about the incredibly smiling child who was about to get pulverized, and I didn't notice.
Either way,
phones.
like the edit, like there is like this just one clearly what is one shot of Elliot Page just like looking over the bridge and leaning over it, like, and it's just interspersed with cuts with like 4 or 5 cuts of the car accident scene that we already saw at the start of the movie, which is just it's just edited so strangely. Like, the way that it is intercut does not feel like organic at all. Like, it feels so fucking jarring. I know this is like a nitpick in the grand scheme of things, but the editing in this movie is fucking awful.
The editing in this movie is bad. If you notice how bad the editing in a movie is, then they have fucked up beyond all recognition, because editing's the one part of a movie you're not supposed to like take account of.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
if it's doing its job, you will never notice that it's happening. And so the minute they do it and it fucks up, it's irreparable, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's crossed the line.
Yeah.
So we still have not reached Elliot Page dying, because what's next is Jamie the reveal that Jamie does actually in fact live on a boat, and
He lives on the boat.
and he is
It's so funny that he lives on a boat.
He's being haunted. Ooh, he sees that blonde babe in his bed. That he hears a baby crying. Ooh, he opens like a hatch on the where like some rope is stored on the boat, and there's like a blanket, and you can see like a baby like moving under it. But then he lifts up the blanket, and there's no baby. Ooh, and as that happens, like we see over his shoulder his ex like walk into frame. Like, it is the most obvious delayed jump scare that I have seen in quite some time, and like the way that the character like slides into frame, like they hit the fucking raging demon on him.
It's a really bad, like, it's that kind of jump scare you expect from like a James Wan movie, right? Like The Conjuring or Insidious or something like that.
It feels like that scene in The Conjuring where like it cuts to Patrick. It's not Patrick. What's the guy's name?
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Where it cuts to Patrick Wilson, and there's like the Darth Maul guy behind him.
Yeah. It's exactly trying to do that kind of thing, but the editing and the framing of it is so incompetent. It like,
It's
I think we all just like started laughing at it, right? Like,
It's the best.
It's so goofy, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing there. Nothing happens. But then we get Elliot Page getting home. It's spooky. There's some like Debussy by Claire de Lune starts playing. And like Elliot Page opens up his phone, his damn, even in death he cannot help but be on that damn phone. Leaves his like voice will and is like, I'm so scared, something bad is happening to me. Oh god! And then he experiences some hallucinations. Through the hole in his wall that he punched with Jamie earlier, we see like Tessa, his little sister, sitting at the desk in there. And then he gets chased. He gets like dragged through the halls and chased around by little demon Tessa, and then gets knocked off of his fire escape and falls to his death. And we just could not fucking believe that Elliot Page died in this movie.
It just unforgivable.
Like,
I think someone in the chat said that it looks like the Family Guy death pose when it shows him on the ground. It really does. Yeah.
The thing that really kills me about this is that like Elliot Page, like killing the headliner like this, it's just such a random point in this movie to kill them with. Like
I know there's no build up to it.
The things that immediately come to mind for like headliners getting murked early on like this are like
Scream,
obviously, but like also Alien. What the guy who plays Dallas? I can't remember his name, but like the main.
Yeah, Tom Skerritt. Yeah, he gets.
Yeah. Him getting got early, like that is a real like, oh shit, like, and like really cranks everything else up into high gear, and that pays off by having other characters die. But like this one having the guts to kill off exactly Elliot Page and nobody else is so fucking ridiculous.
It's such a strange decision. It's such a strange decision for, a lot of reasons, most of which you described, but it's like, there's no consequences to it, and it's sort of, like there's no build-up to it, in addition to that. It's not as if, like...
Go on.
Go ahead, sorry. It's not as if there's like, we're ramping up to this, it's not, things are slowly getting worse and worse. It's like, things are like a little weird, and then Elliot Page dies. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Like the again, the fact that nobody dies off of this is after this is fucking ridiculous. It's like this genuinely feels like someone like took the fact that Ned Stark dies at the end of season 1 of Game of Thrones and was like, oh shit, that was pretty could we should do something like that in our movie. And just kind of carried that weight for what would have been like 6 years between that Game of Thrones season 1 coming out and this movie being in production.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, as I recall, it's like supposed to be like a literally beat for beat reconstruction. I just think it does worse telegraphing than the original, I would assume.
For sure.
Yeah, but anyway, any case.
I'm just kind of sitting with all this because at this point, once Elliot Page is out of this movie, the movie just
kind of falls into its conclusion. Like it's just sort of like limply collapses into its conclusion.
I really can't talk about any specific elements of this conclusion because they're all pretty meaningless. But essentially, what they have to do. What they have to do going into the last act of this movie is they take all these various side stories they had and we're like, well, we don't really have a main narrative anymore, so I guess we'll just quickly resolve all these and have them all hug at the end, and that's going to be it,
Because, okay, so what happens after this is, things start getting worse for other people. Like, Marlo loses time, like, while swimming, for example. Like, she's doing her laps at the pool, like she does in the morning. It's, like, 6:30, and then, like, she sticks her head out of the water, and it's, oh, fuck, it's 10:30. Like, that's a freaky side effect. And then immediately after that, she gets, like, text messages from everyone being like, hey, Elliot Page is fucking dead. And then immediately after that, we get just a fucking unreal scene. Like this felt like this scene felt like it should have been in the movie like 10 minutes prior. We just like see some nurse on the phone, and like Sophia walks into frame and is like waiting to talk to this nurse, and she like spies a Rubik's cube on the counter and is like solves it in 20 seconds on screen, and then she gets a text that says, "Hey, Elliot Page died."
That's like a scene you put up at the front when your characters still don't know how flatlining is affecting them, right? Where, like, Elliot Page goes back to his apartment and there's a Rubik's Cube, and he's like, oh, I've never been able to solve that before.
Right.
Like, that's where you put that scene. And even then, it's hacky. But here, it's just like, come the fuck on.
Yeah. And then Marlo goes into the morgue to like look at Elliot Page's corpse and is like, damn, he's really dead. Then she gets a phone call supposedly from Elliot, and it's just like, it's audio of his the last video that he recorded on his phone before dying, which, like, again, if this is supposed to be like, I know that I'm just fucking picking at nits when the entire thing does not make a goddamn lick of sense here, but like this phone call makes zero sense to me because now
Yeah, it
Elliot's death is
timeline
like
wise, yeah.
like if this movie ended with all of them dying, like death being like, "Ooh, you trespassed into my domain, you stole from death." Ooh,
Literally a Final Destination
right?
movie.
Like if it did that, and this was death being like, I'm gonna fucking get you." Oh, I'm gonna fucking get you. Like that would make more sense. But like the way that this was resolved by all of them just saying they're sorry to whoever they wronged, like makes this call make no sense. But anyways. Like, Marlo sees some bad things. She sees the guy that she killed in the basement. She opens the door into the Twisted Pictures dimension.
Yeah. Because isn't it like a big drained pool that looks like a... No, or wait, hold on. No, it's when she opens the door and there's like a green color filter, right?
It looks like a bunch of corpses that have green stink lines coming off of them.
It's neon green, too, if I recall.
It is. It's so fucking funny.
It's so green.
So then we go to Jamie having a bad time because he's in the basement, he's in his houseboat, and he's having a shower, and then there's some baby noises that come out of his radio.
Didn't we talk about this though already?
What's that? This is the second time that we go to his boat twice. I didn't realize
that scare happened fucking twice. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so he gets the baby, the first time it's the baby under the blanket, this time it's the baby coming through the radio, and he, like, takes all the wires out, and his ex shows up and chases him off the boat, and then, like, knocks him into the water, and then he tries to climb out, and he gets stabbed. Like, this cut, we have
to talk about this. This is probably the wildest moment in this whole movie.
So what happens is, Jamie gets knocked into the water and he's flailing around and he like climbs onto like part of the dock that his boat is docked at, and he like puts his arms up, and then a hand from off screen, which is it looks like his ex's hand, stabs him in the hand with a knife that he had set down in his boat earlier, and then in the middle of him screaming as his hand has gotten impaled, we hard cut to the four surviving flatliners in a coffee shop, like just talking about what happened, and like it's not
no resolution,
none
never
whatsoever.
Addressed. We just see a bandage on his hand. Okay, so this is
they
what
I attempt to address it, because Diego Luna is like, well, it might have not been a ghost. It could have been maybe he just went crazy and stabbed himself.
Yeah, is that what we're supposed to like take from this? That he had like a brain hallucination and stabbed himself? Are we supposed to think that this is like a demon from the death dimension? I don't think it ever like brings this up again, does it?
It doesn't seem interested in answering those questions, you know.
It's not, but those are the questions it should be answering.
You're so right.
Don't worry about it.
You are correct. Yeah, you're thinking about it. You need to not think about it. Don't think about it.
Right. Sorry. I need to turn off my brain like at least 5 more notches than I did for Saw to be able to like.
You can't. There's no way to enjoy this movie.
I want y'all to guess. I don't know if y'all know what the number is for this on this movie, but I want to play a fun little game called Guess the Rotten Tomatoes score, and I want you both to tell me what you think this movie has on Rotten Tomatoes.
43%. Wait, are we talking audience or critic?
I guess critic.
Yeah, critic 33, audience 45.
I'm actually going to say critics probably rated this one a little bit higher than the audience. Actually, no, I'll reverse that. Yeah, I think Blair's got it. For 33 critic, 45 audience.
So this movie on Rotten Tomatoes has a 32% audience score, so y'all are really close. Critic score, 4. 4. Single number, single numeral, 4.
Whoa.
4.
Whoa, that's pretty
more than
low.
3, less than 5.
Wow. That's, you know what, I'm gonna be, in this movie's defense, it is at least a film.
Yeah, like a 4 is like, that's a non-film to me. That is like nothing, it's a successful, well, not morally speaking or dogmatically speaking, but it's a successful Christian film.
It is
an unsuccessful horror film.
It is a movie with a start, a beginning, and an end.
Yeah, there's plots and characters, and you know what? Not all of it is terrible. Some of the writing is okay.
Yeah. How much more of this do we have to go through? Because I have it in my notes, introducing conflict 25 minutes before the end.
About 20 minutes left in the movie. Because what happens is they watch Elliot Page's, like, the video that he left on his phone before dying. And
his Dear Evan Hansen apology video for flatlining.
Marlo floats the idea, what if our sins are coming for us? And
damn, what if they were? That'd be a great movie, huh?
Jamie tells his story about, like, a girl that he knocked up, the girl that he was dating, and then he said, I want to support her, I wanted to pay for the abortion, but on the day that she was supposed to get the abortion, I just didn't go to the clinic, I just drove past it, and that's his cross to bear. And I kind of expected this movie to take, like, an anti-abortion stance, but it really doesn't.
God, what if it did? What if the whole thing was that the baby was a demon baby and it killed him because it was aborted?
Yeah, and they, like, hypothesized that, like, maybe we brought something back with us from the afterlife, something demonic. And this is an hour and 23 minutes into this movie, which is an hour and 49 minutes long. So they're just like, well, that would be fucked up, but we have to go back to being doctors. This is probably the pound for pound, probably the funniest scene in the movie, because Sophia is watching a doctor, like, talk about, like, and if you look at this part of the brain, you'll see that this man has, like, you know, he's got, like, the huge gamer node, an inflated gamer node in his brain, and it makes him really good at headshotting in Counter-Strike. And then, like, she starts getting text messages from a number she doesn't recognize that, like, say, I can't believe you fucked him, you dumb slut, you piece of shit, haha.
It starts reading off in the text-to-speech voice.
Because,
it's
not the
like,
text-to-speech,
you dumb slut.
It's not that. It's that the doctor who is talking about the brain starts saying the things that are...
Right. But the way she delivers it sounds like text-to-speech.
It sounds like the TikTok voice.
Yeah, it does. That's what it is. Oh my god.
You stupid slut. I cannot believe that you slept with him. My boyfriend told me that if I don't cook dinner tonight, he's going to divorce me.
Great.
Woof.
Rip Elliot Page's character in Flatliners. You would have loved it.
Sophia runs out and hops into the elevator, and she, like, tries to ride the elevator, notices there's a hole in the ceiling, and she gets, like, rocketed to the top of the elevator shaft. And I fully expected this to be her death. Like, have you seen Another, right? The anime?
I have not. No.
There's a scene in that movie where, like, someone, like, where, like, the line on an elevator gets cut, and, like, someone just rockets to the bottom of the shaft and gets like, crushed just by like the gravity of it. And, like, I fully expected that's what was going to happen to her here. But what happens is, like, the elevator gets to the top, it stops, the door opens, there's, like, a burnt-out classroom that Sophia went to school in, and it looks like Silent Hill-ified. And then, like, the elevator doors, like, start closing, and, like, right before the doors close, the girl that she, like, revenge porned, like, just slides into frame. Like, just slides into frame like it's fucking risky business. And then the doors shut, and that's the end of that scene.
Yeah, I really thought this was going to be like a Resident Evil style thing where the elevator drops and then it's a fake out, then she gets, like, decapitated by it, but this movie is not even that interesting.
No.
No.
And then this is the next scene that I was talking about earlier, where Diego Luna goes to Marlon and is like, you lied to me, you said that you killed him on accident, but also you covered it up. And she's like, well, I mean, he's dead. All me confessing is going to do is ruin my career. It will not bring him back to life. And Diego Luna gives her like a colon slash face at that.
I mean, she's kind of right about it.
Yeah, she is.
Like, yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know.
This is, and, like, someone hypothesizes that, like, oh, maybe we should go apologize to the people that we wronged. And, like, Sophia goes and finds the girl that she, like, the girl whose nude she leaked, and, like, she shows up and is like, hi, I'm Sophia. You remember me from high school? So I have to tell you, I was the one who leaked your nudes. I'm really, really sorry, and I'd love it if you accepted my apology. And the woman is like, that's not necessary. I don't even think about it anymore. And she, like, wipes a giant tear off of her face as she turns to walk away. She, like, gets a little bit up the stairs, and, like, Sophia, like, chases her and is like, please forgive me. I need this to not get flatliners. And then the woman just, like, looks down and, like this shot of, like, the woman, like as though she is Jesus, like, to forgive her.
It's like the
Yeah.
scene in Death Note where he washes Elle's feet on the stairs. Like, she's, like, positioned
like
up
that
above her,
scene?
there's light coming down. Yeah, it's exactly
Yeah.
like it, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
In the extended Flatliners cut, she washes her feet, but we only watched the theatrical version.
Right.
That's true.
This is literally the closest this movie gets to being an actual Christian film. Like,
That's so
light
true, yeah.
spilling down from the heavens, like her up above her on the stairs, like, I forgive you, you know,
Yeah.
just real.
Yeah.
Real goofy bullshit. And from
It's
what I understand, the original movie had a little bit of that too, but it was not a Christian film. Like, it had Christian imagery, but was not, to my knowledge, about the power of forgiveness, you know?
Yeah. I feel like if that is done in a less direct way, it feels less tacky, perhaps.
Perhaps, but this is a movie that does not know anything about subtlety, I would say.
No.
So, we're out on that one.
So,
God.
the lady, so the lady forgives Sophia, and Sophia's like, "Yay, I did it! I beat my Flatliners!" And now this means Jamie has to go apologize to his ex, who he fucked and then left to get an abortion on her own. And it's really funny because, like, he finds her, like, getting off of a bus, and, like, she spends, like, Jamie walks up and is like, "Hey, I'm so sorry for what I did. I really shouldn't have done it." Like, she has her hands inside the bus the whole time, and, like, there is 20 seconds of Jamie just apologizing, and then, like, the woman's child walks off the bus, and it's like, oh shit, she kept the baby. And so what happened, this woman, like, yells at him about it, and she's just like, "You lived your fucking privileged ass life," and look at, like, it's obviously supposed to be like a dichotomy of, like, he lives on a boat, he's rich, he's, you know, successful, and she lives, like, in, like, a pretty, if I had to guess, from what I can see, like, a pretty bad part of town. She's, you know, using public transportation, which is not, like she's having to rely on public transportation.
But by film language, yeah.
Right, by film language, she is living in a shithole. And, like, she is very mad about this, about him, just, like, showing back up. But apparently she's like, "Yeah, okay, you can come, I'll let you back into my life. And even though I just spent 6 years raising this child alone after you just ran out on me like that, you know, you can come back into my life and help me raise this child together. Like, I've just been waiting for you to come back for 6 years. I've just been leaving this position, just leaving this chair open for you."
Exactly.
Because that's what happens, like, at the end of the movie, like, it drives me fucking insane, because what happens is that she fucking yells at him, and is like, "You're a fucking piece of shit." And then the next time we hear about her is at the end of the movie, when Jamie's like, "Yeah, I got my girlfriend back, I got a kid that I'm gonna help raise, it's gonna be tough going for me for a little bit, but I'm really happy to be a dad," and, like, the family values, we love them.
Had to move out of his boat. That's probably
Yeah, he shouldn't be living in a boat. It's not as glamorous as he thinks it is. If I was on...
Do you think I like the implication that he moves out of his boat and moves into, like, the bad part of town with his with his new family?
It's a lateral move. It's a lateral move. I just need to, like, I don't want... If I was on a Tinder date with a guy, and, like, he was like, I'll take you back to my place, and I was like, okay, yay, this is gonna be so fun, you're cute, whatever, and he takes me to the fucking pier, I would not go... A boat!
I don't know. That's not a deal breaker for me.
I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but I'm not going to start a relationship with the man. I'll sleep with him, but I'm not going to, you know him after the fact. Like, you don't sleep, especially if you're, like, marketing yourself. Well, he is marketing himself. Marketing yourself is the sort of, like, I'm the posh kid. At least have a house, you know, have a mortgage. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess that's a good question. What happens if you're, like, rocking the boat too much and it becomes unmoored and floats away? What happens then?
Yeah,
you have to make sure that your bed is, like, dead center on the boat, because if it's on the right side and you're fucking on that, it's gonna, like, completely cant and go off to the side, and, like, it's just not gonna be pretty. Anyways, Marlo is like, "I need to speed down the highway to run away from my flatlines," and, like, a hallucination of Cyrus, the guy she killed, pops up in the back seat and, like, puts a bag over her head, and, like, she's, like, speeding down through the city, like, foot on the gas, just going as fast as humanly possible, just to, like, I do not know what I do not know what motivates her to do this, but it's very funny. She it's so funny because like she has like a small crash into like an outside dining setup of some restaurant. Like nobody is hurt. She just like knocks over a couple of tables and dings up her car.
That's right, yeah.
And she pulls the car in reverse, like sorry, and this immediately goes back to speeding down the city streets.
No consequences. There's no consequences.
Right. She says, okay, you know what? I have to end this. And she's like, I'm going to flatline so that I can apologize to the dead guy. But he doesn't want to accept her apology, and he throws her into the hell dimension. And she gets lifted up and thrown into a mirror, and then like gets drowned in a bathtub. And for a moment we think, oh fuck, she's actually dead. Another character has died. But then Diego Luna gives her an injection of adrenaline, and she's getting like pulled back into the real world, and like is getting dragged into the smoke monster from Lost. And like as she's like trying to claw on and like hold on to the Flatliners world, Elliot Page shows up like bathed in light, and it's like, you have to forgive yourself, Marlo. And then she's alive.
Yeah.
And Diego Luna, when Diego Luna gives her the injection of adrenaline, he's like, I need you in this world, Marlo.
Fucking imagine if this movie had any sort of stakes or consequences or, like, good character moments or literally anything at all. Imagine what kind of film this would be if that were the case. Imagine if literally any other character aside from Elliot Page beefed it in this.
So just to wrap this movie up, Diego Luna and Marlo are deeply in love. Jamie is going to go raise the kid that he abandoned and be with his, I guess, wife now. I don't really know. Like,
it doesn't matter.
It's just
the movie doesn't care, and we don't either.
This woman who Jamie like had this baby with is not a character in this movie. She is just like an art. Like she is just an item.
She's a prop.
She's a prop. She and the kid are a prop, and Jamie's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go back and like just reinsert myself into their lives, even though I walked out 6 years ago. I know I keep harping on this. It's just so fucking unreal.
There's a lot to harp on in this film.
They throw the laptop into the water. The laptop with all the evil Flatliners research, and they said now only Elliot Page knows what really happened. They go to the coffee shop where they all used to eat at, and they're like, oh, I can't believe Elliot Page is dead. It's so sad. And the guy at the piano starts playing Claire de Lune, and they're like
playing Debussy.
Yeah, he starts
and then
playing
everyone
Debussy.
stands up.
Everyone stands up and says to Elliot Page, and they drink their shot, and the camera like pulls out of the window and then just pulls out into the city, and that's the end of the fucking movie.
Inspirational like club music is playing, basically. Like inspirational pop music, I guess, is playing. It's like I said.
Oh yeah, Marlo also comes clean about she goes to like the board of whatever the fuck and is like, hey, so I lied about that thing about that report just to get myself out of malpractice.
Promise you won't get mad at me, but
and she gets put on probation about it, which I don't know anything about the consequences for that type of thing, but that seems understated. I'm not sure. Like,
especially when one of the consequences for texting while driving is getting shoved out of your window and dying like you're fucking the dog from Family Guy. Like,
Elliot, look out!
There's something so the tone of this movie is so optimistic. It's like so like, yes, like carpe diem. Seize the day, you guys. Like, live, laugh, love. You just gotta forgive yourself. And, like, the rest will follow. Join my MLM. Like, that's the vibe of this movie. But there's also something so quietly cynical about this film as well. Whereas, like, I don't know. It's just, like, we basically have a sin eater. You know, Elliot Page is our weird little sin eater. It's like, oh,
Elliot Page is Jesus. He died for their sins and tells Marlo that she has to forgive herself.
Absolutely.
It's you're okay.
It's the New Testament. It's fine.
You've reconceptualized that whole thing for me, and you're so right. And I just am like really, really floored and like humbled by that. So let's get into ratings, I think.
Yeah.
Yes?
So on a scale of 0 to 5 houseboats.
It's not even a house. No. It is not a houseboat. It is a boat.
It is
a yacht.
I mean, it's got like a shower on it. Like, it has amenities for living on it.
Okay.
But okay, we can do something else if that's if.
No, it's Joe Manchin's It's Joe Manchin's houseboat, right? He's the senator who has the houseboat, right?
I cannot keep any of those freaks straight. Sure, I'm sure he does. On a scale of 0 to 5 houseboats, how many are you giving this? I'm giving this like this was like. Even like on the Schlocktober scale, I do not know where to fucking put this.
It's a solid 2 for me. I will say.
Yeah, that's about where I'm landing on this one.
1, 2-ish. The thing is, I had a lot of fun watching it with everyone. Like, the stream was amazing. We were all screaming,
all in
and
top
like,
form,
losing our
honestly.
mind. But I don't think you can count on this movie to provide you with a good time.
No, you really have to have a group of people together for it, I think.
With the knowledge of what it's going to be, yeah.
Yeah, I gave it on Letterboxd 1.5, so I'm right down there with y'all. Like, there are some good moments, and it is, like, entertaining in a really stupid way at times, I will say, but I could not call this a good movie by any stretch of the imagination. I could barely call it a movie in general.
Oh, yeah.
So It's something, y'all.
Yeah. It's an interesting. I don't know. The thing is, to give it credit, it doesn't drag its feet as much as it could. You know?
It goes by pretty fast. It's just I wouldn't even call it incomprehensible. It's just one of those movies where you're kind of in that mode, like, what were they thinking for the entire time you watch it?
Absolutely.
Just a lot of really weird decisions in this.
One last thing before we go into questions about this that I just want to really harp on. I just can't stop thinking about the fact that, like, Marlowe, like, severely wronged this dead guy who she killed and, like, faked an autopsy report. Like, I do not understand how, like, she does not escape her flatlinersing by confessing her crime is something that she does to clear her conscience, not to escape the flatlinersing. She does that after the climax of the movie, after everything has already been resolved. There is no forgiveness given to the family of the man who she killed. There is no forgiveness sought from the family. There's no forgiveness sought from like the hospital, from her higher ups. She only forgives herself about that. Like, damn, I shouldn't be so hard on myself about that guy that I killed and then lied about. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Question.
No, you're right though.
We are on to questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scarier Trio _scream at Barrier Trio asked, would you live on a boat? Fuck no. Absolutely not. You could not pay me to live on a boat.
Not long term. I think
I would sleep on a boat for like a weekend.
Yeah, I'm not no, why, what am I saying? Not long term. I hate the water, and I hate being on the water. Well, boats are fine.
The thing is, being on a boat, like, as the water is, like, gently rocking it, and you're, like, reclined, no easier conditions under which you can fall asleep. Everything else about it, though, fucking sucks.
Yeah, you know what? I love a pontoon, so I would stay on a boat. This is not the answer to the question. Next question.
It would have to be a pretty big boat, I'll say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We've got a question from Navy Sticks, girlfriend of the show, at Nickelwolf. Did Elliot Page realize this was a Christian movie 2/3 of the way in and demand out? Yes. Absolutely.
I wish.
Yeah.
Let me back read because one at Urbadier and on Twitter had some theories about this that they were talking about during the film. Let me just back read the chat for that shit.
Yeah. So I mean, like, the thing is, like, I don't think highly enough of this film to actually allow an actor to, or to kill off an actor as a way to let them exit the film. I think it is just 100% bad writing.
Yeah, yeah. Aaron's thing was just, do you think they had to kill off Elliot Page because he realized it was a Christian movie and wanted out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple of questions from PR at PR the Disaster. What cast of hospital procedural show would you like to see go through this movie's plot? My answer to this that I've been thinking about all fucking day. Remember the end of the end of the 8th season of Scrubs, not the fucking medical school one, but like the proper end of the show when JD
Yeah.
walks down that hallway and every single character, like it's Game Master Anthony, because every character comes in for one big celebration to clap at him as he walks down the hall, and he sees like the future visions of like him and Elliot celebrating Christmas with Turk and I forgot Turk's girlfriend's name on that show. Carla, thank you. And Turk and Carla are there, and like he sees visions like the baby that he and Elliot are gonna have, and it's just so like that's his Flatliners. JD was Flatlinersing. Like the part at the end when he like tricks Dr. Cox into saying something nice about him by having one of the medical interns like badmouth him on his way out. That's a Flatliners maneuver.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, totally. The thing is, I don't watch most medical dramas, but I do think for my own word, like, yeah, that would be my answer as well.
Yeah, I don't know enough about hospital shows to be completely honest. I mean, this movie is like kind of House at points.
It is.
I think you could argue this as a Final Destination script, a Nightmare on Elm Street script, a House script, a Hellraiser script. Like, you could doctor this in a lot of ways to apply to different franchises, but I don't know, maybe Gregory House flatlines and he ends up in the Family Guy pose at the end.
This could be an X-Files script, you know?
It could be an X-Files script.
PR also asks, what do you think your flatlining would be like? I really have no...
What's the big thing you're super guilty about, Sarah?
Well, no. The thing is that like before it got to their guilt, there was also like the Flatliners of like them like having like Jamie was riding on his motorcycle and like Marlo was like experiencing her horse girl and cello playing and swimming talents, and Elliot Page was like flying through the city. I think mine would be just like getting fucking sick headshots in Valorant.
Yeah.
And then it devolved into Guilt Trip.
I flatline and I go back in time and I'm watching Resident Evil Retribution in a movie theater on opening night. And then I come out of it and I'm like, well, okay, I guess.
I'm flatlining and I'm having a pleasant afternoon on a dock reading a book by a lake.
Yeah.
That's about as thrilling as my life gets.
I flatline and I find myself standing in the same room, but just like 3 feet back and to the left, And I'm like, well, this kind of sucks.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Last question. What royalty-free music would you instantly whip out in a public piano/instrument if you got the Genius blessing? I'm going to say a song that I used to actually be able to play on piano, which is Solfeggietto by, Bach's Solfeggietto.
Sure.
But if I have to go something that I don't actually know how to play, like probably Moonlight Sonata.
The thing is, I don't have a funny answer to this question, but I do think it's a very funny question, so I'll just honor it in
is.
that context.
I will do what the kids at the toy store I used to work at would do and just play the opening notes of Megalovania on the toy piano, and that's it.
Oh, cute. That's so cute.
It's very funny. Every now and then I would just be working and I'd hear like dit from the piano, and I'm like, okay, well.
That's very fun. I love that.
It is.
That's a delight. Recommendations.
Oh, shit.
I can start off because I have been thinking about it. I just signed up for their Patreon recently, and I think it's been discussed on this podcast before in this section. Citations Needed is...
Yes.
It is, I don't know. I feel like it's got personality, of course, but I think the personality is not what drives it. It is basically just a very straightforward media criticism podcast, and for that, really does clarify a lot of shit in the world for me. Like, beyond just saying this is wrong, it's like, okay, here's exactly why this sort of take is wrong, and here's exactly what's happening in the real world. And it's such a grounding, like, I feel like they do really market themselves as like, oh, we're doom and gloom, but there's really something like solidly grounding about having these very frank discussions about how like media manipulates you, but here's how the universe actually works, and in a way, right? Of course, all media is media, but I mean, you don't even. I mean, you don't even need to give them money. You can just listen to their free shit, and like that is plenty. But I've only signed up for the Patreon, not even to get their extra content, because I mean they have some, but it's not a lot. But because I think this work is like really valuable,
Yeah,
and everyone
it's a great
should
podcast.
dedicate time to it. You know, yeah. If
Morgan?
anyone else has recommendations,
Yeah, I have one off the dome. I will recommend the Twitch TV. I don't know why I said Twitch TV. The Twitch streamers Retro Pals,
sure,
who
sure.
are two people in Austin who play retro games. Right now, they are doing a playthrough of Illbleed for the Halloween season, which is one of my favorite games. But they've done a lot of like pretty. I feel like normal is kind of derogatory, but they've played a lot of like normal retro games, but they also do a lot of like really weird stuff that you'd never see anyone else stream. Like they did a playthrough of the CDI like Wacky World of Golf game lately for the second time, which is a real trip. They're doing Illbleed. They've done all these like kind of bizarre Japanese exclusives too. So if that sounds like your thing, maybe go check them out because they're pretty fun to watch and they put out some interesting content.
Right on, right on. So what?
I guess my recommendation is going to be a YouTube channel that I've been watching a lot of lately. It's called False Swipe Gaming.
Sure.
Most of their videos are just like really long and deep dives on like the competitive the relevance of a certain Pokemon in competitive settings over the years. Like one of my favorite ones that I've watched recently was like how good was Mewtwo in the competitive scene from Generation 1 to the current generation, and it was like just 40 minutes long talking about how fucking disgustingly overpowered Mewtwo is. And just an absolute delight of content. I have given myself severe Pokemon brain over the last year by playing in multiple draft leagues. But you know what? It's fine because I have collected a new family of Pokemon that I care about in ways I never thought possible. Like Registeel. I love Registeel now. It's fucking
That's beautiful.
big and it's got funny arms and it's got Vriska eyes. It's great.
I love that you're a Pokemon mom. That's great.
I'm a Pokemon.
You are a Pokemon. Well, Morgan, what a delight it is to have you back so soon. And no, but fucking genuinely.
Yeah.
It was so great to have you on. So great to watch this movie with you.
Yeah, it was nice. I am looking forward to whenever I'm on again in the future. I am hoping that next time we will watch something that doesn't quite entirely fry my brain the way this did. But
don't. Yeah, you're not going to be so lucky.
You never know. You never know.
That's true. That's true.
I had a fantastic time watching this with y'all, so thanks for having me on again.
I'm so glad. Do you have anything you would like to plug before we let you go?
Yeah, I have my Twitter, which I think is at CurseGoat. I have my Letterboxd, which is at Sewer Peak. I do Emoji Drome with Sylvie, the podcast, and we still have the feed up for the subsequent movie podcast, formerly known as Borat Club. That one, I think I said this the last time I was on, is kind of an indefinite hiatus. We do have some movie episodes to work back through if that sounds like your kind of thing. I think that's it. I'm writing movie reviews again on hyperrealfilm.club. I have a review coming out by the time you hear this on the movies Noroi the Curse and Occult by the same director, which are both kind of these cosmic horror found footage films, so keep an eye out for that. But I think that is everything from me, so how about y'all?
Well, I'm very easy to find online. You can just go to twitter.com and search for Blair Kitsch. That's BLAIRKITSCH, and look at the things I say with my mouth. Or my mouth. Sometimes my mouth. Mostly my fingers. I also did the sort of promo graphic design stuff for the Schlocktober and all Schlocktobers previous. So if you want me to do small scale design work for you, hop in my DMs. I'm cheap and fun to work with. Sarah.
This is true.
Do you have? Of course, you have things to plug. Why don't you?
Yeah, so we are at Fearbaiting on Twitter or patreon.com/fearbaiting if you'd like to support the podcast. $1 a month gets you the episodes early on the weeks that we get them out early. $5 a month, your name read on the podcast and a message sent and a message right on the show. $10 a month, all that, plus you get to pick a movie for us to watch. So thank you very much to Luna Wolf, Paul Moran, and Paul Bechtel. We love you so much. We are so gratefully hosted under the Noisepace.xyz banner. Great podcast network. Thank you, Matt GameCube, for making and maintaining this network of great podcasts. I'm trying to think of LMNOP. That's a great podcast under this network. That's not one that I'm on. Tin, which I don't think is on the network. It's just I believe that's part of the Good Episodes Productions Network, which is a very friendly network to us. But I was on their most recent episode at time of recording on the Black Island, which is one of my favorite Tintin books. I fucking love Tintin. And I highly recommend that podcast. Also, go listen to me on that. Also, listen to the other episodes that I'm not on, because Janos and Sarah, who I know we've had Janos on for a couple episodes. I think Sarah has been on.
Probably.
Law of large numbers for this fucking podcast. If you're a friend of mine, you've likely been on this podcast at some point. So, thank you for that. I'm also on Twitter at Sunhatzhenya, SUNHATZHENYA. I believe that is everything. Until next time, I'm Sarah.
I have been Blair.
I'm Morgan.
And remember,
you can put a fucked up guy anywhere.
Good night, everyone.
Yes.